everyone, my name is Blank. I'm making this video in response to a video made by Danny Hogan 200, which has since been deleted. However, a member of our group chat screen recorded it, and today I will be breaking it down and filling in all of the gaps that he did not fill out in his video, where he complained that we were mean to him for no reason. I've decided to do a voice recording for this one in the off chance that he forgets that the people he's harassing are real people. I should also clarify that his actions were never directed towards me. I was thankfully not one of his victims. However, I do still feel the need to straighten out the story he's conjured up in his head to make him appear as the good guy. I will be discussing his actions that I've seen him act out in real time, meaning that what I discuss will only be scratching the surface since I've only been in contact with him for the past 6 months or so. In this video, I will be mentioning sensitive topics such as discussion of sexual violations of a corpse, pedophilia, forced fetishization of underage characters in vulnerable states, constant harassment, and borderline stalking, as well as brief mentions of suicide. If you are sensitive to any of these topics, please click off. With that being said, let's begin. Already, right off of the bat, Daniel is stating that he only made one mistake, and that everyone has turned against him. If he only made one mistake, why are there so many screenshots and even a whole doc with every quote-unquote mistake he's ever made? Which, by the way, these were not mistakes. If they were, he would have made the one and been fine. He consistently makes ill-thought-out decisions, and these roleplay scenarios were frequently not safe for work and with minors who did not want to participate but felt the need to proceed because he made them so uncomfortable. Feel free to pause to read these screenshots, as I will not be reading these disgusting messages out loud. The gist of this interaction is that Daniel has a fetish for young girls wearing only underwear. Speed had a female character who was also underage, who he killed off in a different roleplay scenario. Daniel decided that his ability to get off was more important than respecting Speed's decision. So, what did he do? Well, he tried to do a roleplay scenario where he tried to disrobe the corpse of Speed's character, whose name is Moon. Speed obviously didn't want to let Daniel do that, because that's literally disgusting and illegal, but Daniel still tried to proceed. I'm obviously well aware that this is a fictional scenario. However, the fact is that Daniel thinks it's okay to violate a dead girl, to see her nude, and likely would have taken it further into rape had Speed not diffused the situation by bringing in his other character to make Danny stop. Which, it shouldn't have to be that way, but in Dannyville, the only way to make him stop is to play along. Another thing, actually, involving Moon, that Danny does, is he does these OC adoptions, which aren't even really adoptions because he takes back the characters at some point because we, I guess, quote-unquote, ruined them. But Speed adopted one of these characters, and as payment, he was told to give Daniel Moon's panties. Speed obviously did have a way to avoid this, though. He just said that all of Moon's clothes were burned after her death, and that was the end of that little interaction. Now, this previous issue obviously was fictional. It showed how his morals worked, but he didn't actually have an encounter like that with a corpse or defile one to see it nude. It doesn't by any means make it okay, but it is not real. This, however, is very real. Danny is currently attempting to get unblocked by two of his former friends, named Spire and ZZ Doodles, or just Z for the sake of this video. I'm not close with Spire, so I'm not sure what happened between her and Danny. However, I'm decently close with Z, who I will be discussing her story. At some point this year, Daniel was blocked by Z because she decided she did not like interacting with him, as he only wanted explicit artwork and not safe for work roleplay scenarios. She has every right to block him. I also want to make this very clear. Z is 17. Danny is 19, almost 20 as confirmed by him himself. He is constantly making posts on the site called IMG Flip about her, trying to make her unblock him on everything. This grown man is borderline stalking and harassing a 17-year-old girl despite the fact that she has expressed multiple times that she wants nothing to do with him. He is still in denial. He keeps saying that those in our group chat manipulated Z to hate him, when that's just not the case. Look at the evidence. He's deleting messages and editing screenshots of Z's messages to feed his own delusions. Is this man embarrassed? Not even a little. In fact, he continues silencing us by deleting messages and timing everyone out when we try to explain why he's in the wrong, and proceeds to tell us that we're all in the wrong for bullying him. Bullying him. He is harassing this. Oh my god. There was also an instance where this man said that he would wait for Z to turn 18 in 2023 so that way he could talk to her again, as if that makes it any better. Daniel, for some reason, has it in his head that it's okay to stalk and harass someone just because they're adults. I even asked him if he fully understood the implications of his message, and he confirmed that he did, meaning that he fully understands what he is doing is creepy. This is a fully grown man, guys. He is old enough to serve in our military. He's saying these things to and about girls who are below the age of 18. Again, I don't know Spire's story. I can only assume it's just as bad as the constant harassment that Z faces, despite not having been in contact with him. I hope that she is doing well regardless. Now, I don't condone telling someone to take their own life. However, I'm not defending Daniel in any regards here. I personally would prefer he rot in a prison cell forever and have to deal with the other inmates. I mean, he has made minors draw fetish art of their minor characters so they could be in his server, for God's sake. He had them pay essentially rent, as he referred to it as, but he has promised us time and time again that he would stop acting this way, but he always ends up disappointing us just by doing something highly inappropriate with minors. So do I support what Spooky and Lavi said here? No. Do I think Danny's in the right then? Absolutely not. We have tried reasoning with him and he just won't listen. It makes sense that only insults like this would make him listen, thus resulting in the members, well, turning to these insults. One of our group chat members has reached out to the site mods because of the previous mentioned offenses such as explicit messaging towards minors as well as abuse of power when you were a moderator on IMG Flip, i.e. deleting messages and harassing Z to unblock you. I'm not fully sure how IMG Flip works. I heard it's just a sadder Reddit, but any significant updates on your account get sent to the group chat anyways, so I don't need to go digging. I think it's fair that we reach out to the moderators of IMG Flip when you are blatantly violating their terms of use, especially under the conduct section, where, would you look at that? It says not to harass others, and we have plenty, and I mean plenty, of evidence of you doing this. Honestly, I don't know who Jonathan or Kutawa are, so I have no opinions on this. All I will say is that if they did nothing wrong, why did they get attacked? Think about that a little. Would they get their accounts deleted if they weren't doing the same shit you are? Just consider it as a thought. First of all, Spooky has not leaked it. She would have no reason to if you simply didn't attack everyone. She does have access to everyone's IP address, but you're constantly harassing Z and being inappropriate with those under the age of 18. She has every reason to leak it. Besides, it isn't even illegal to leak an IP address, only to impersonate someone. And why would anyone want to pretend to be you? What we've done to you? Oh, Sweaty, I think it's the other way around.
So, you think I don't touch grass?